Jenner as a whole, they play the great game of business, which is an open management type way of running a business in which the employees see the financials of the company pretty well completely. They also do the forecasting. So we predict what's coming for revenue. We try to see challenges out ahead, but it's very open. And so there are no rumors for the employee. We don't have to wonder, how is the business doing? It's right there in front of our eyes. We know exactly what the business is making. We know if it's thriving or if it's struggling. And then we know, we were basically able to tell, what can we do to change that? If it's struggling, what do we need to change up and make that adjustment before anything bad happens? Or if we're doing well, what are we doing that's working, right?
So the great game of business, the biggest benefit of that is we're teaching the employees to act like an owner. The other thing it does is it lets people make their own decisions. We're not micromanaging everybody as we're going through the days. And the biggest thing that it will do for us is it gives us a physical every month and not an autopsy at the end of the year. Because at the end of the year, if you've lost money, you can't fix it at the end of the year. But if we see something in June that's not working right, we have 6 months to correct it before it gets to the end of the year. The other thing it does, it's personally, I've never had a budget. I do today. I know exactly how much we're spending every month, where the money's going, what we'll have left over. If we want to do different things around the house or get a different vehicle, we know what we have for the money to spend. It makes your life easier. So I've actually sat down with 2 employees that work at Jenner's, and I've helped them create a budget and taught them to help them to see where their money's going. At the end of the day, when people come to you and say, I need more money, do they really need more money, or do they know where their money's going? And so that's what we're trying to do, is educate people on how to manage their money. And that's what the great game does, is it gets you the inside feel of what everything's going on in a business. It also lets you sit in on and help make some executive decisions. Everybody's here has a player stat, but it's their number. It's not a number that I come up with. It's not a number that the owner comes up with. It's everybody puts their number in. I'm not saying that we don't tweak them a little bit, but it's not like we go and say you have to sell $1 million or you have to do $140,000 of billable service. It's their number, what they feel they can do. And at the end of the day, we know what we need to make the business run, what we need to put into equity to grow the business, and then we get to share in the profit. If we do go way above of what we said we were going to do, then there is a profit share, and it comes back into the employee's pocket. So every Tuesday, there's 9 of us up here, and there's 5 of us that sit in a room every Tuesday for an hour. We forecast our numbers for what we're going to do for the month. And then I go down every Monday to Harristown and we bring all the numbers from all 3 locations to see where the company's at as a whole. And then I bring those numbers back and we forecast that number. And so they can see what this location's done individually and then where the company is as a whole. So that keeps everybody engaged on how they're doing that. But then there's also mini games that really, the mini games are put out there to cause communication to increase between the branches and between the employees, right? They're fun. It's a fun activity that usually we're trying to change some kind of behavior, but we're doing it in a fun way. And so that helps the whole communication of the company. With the precision side, it helps us because our locations are 3 different locations. We have our precision side, we have our application side, and our ag side, and they're a few hours apart from each other. It keeps us it keeps us in tune to what's going on in the other locations. But on the precision side, once again, we have a sales team and a service team, and we have a shop team, right? And we have an administrator. And it keeps all of those people connected, and we're seeing the same thing, right? So we can meet and share information amongst each division so that, once again, we try to keep as many misconceptions out as possible.